What's going on, Reds fans? Welcome back to another edition of Late Night Reds. I'm Skylar Wepker. He's Ben Brown. And Ben, we got a lot to feel good about. I mean, this Reds team is red hot. They've won 4 of their last 5 series. And I would say they should have won 5 of the last 5. Game 2, they were a first ballot Hall of Famer, Nolan Arenado, hits a home run in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah.
That away from taking this series against the Cardinals. So I know it doesn't change the scoreboard at all, but morally, I would say they won 5 of their last 5.
Yeah. No, yeah. If you're talking morally, yeah, we were right there. I mean, you get a tremendous effort from Elly De La Cruz, puts you up 5-2 after literally puking his guts out the inning before. He comes up and hits a freaking bomb, puts you up 5-2. Some untimely relief pitching. And then, of course, like you said, we were, Nolan Arenado does what he does. I mean, that's the reason why that guy's going to the Hall of Fame. He comes in and hits a clutch home run in the 9th, and, we're down to Chase Petty, pitching a late inning. And I felt horrible for him because I feel like he does a really good job, but man, we put him in some really bad situations. He had a spot start where he wasn't great. And then we bring him in a NL Central game that we're looking to win. And, you put him in this spot where he's got to go in there and try to win a game with a runner on already. And he's, these crazy extra inning games, and you just put him in a terrible spot. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not, it's just not, you don't want to have to do that to, and I know Tito as a veteran manager, I know he didn't want to have to do that because of course the kid is young, dude. Like, he's, you're trying to get him positive experiences. And right now he hasn't had any positive experiences. So, unfortunately for him, he had to be that guy that goes into that spot. But it is what it is. That game right there was a tough one to swallow. But the good thing was that they bounced back today. Of course, hashtag All-Star Abbott comes in and does what he's supposed to do, and we get a good win. So overall, I mean, we're playing great baseball, and it's been a lot of fun to watch them kind of climb out of the hole that they were in the previous month.
Yeah, and Lee puts in here, Matt McClain has found it. He has turned it on. He's hitting .417 in his last 7 games. Really, really, not even just like hits as in general, just timely hitting, timely offense on top of this stellar defense that he's kind of provided all year. I think him coming back and really feeling it again really turns this team on. And I would say it's contagious in the sense, obviously hitting is contagious, but we're starting to see production not only from Matt McClain, who has reclaimed the second whole spot in the lineup, but just kind of up and down the roster, we're seeing production more than just Elly De La Cruz having to do Elly De La Cruz things. We're seeing all-star TJ Friedl is on base constantly. He's the best table setter. We see Tyler Stevenson turning it on. We see Matt McClain turning it on. We see Jose Trevino continuing to be Jose Trevino. Do you know that? I'll have to pull it up, but he has more doubles this year than Elly De La Cruz, Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge. Like, Jose Trevino has more doubles than most of the power hitters in the league.
That's insane to think about, man. Like, and that's from a guy that you sign as a backup catcher and overall wanted to. I mean, he signed an extension, so like he wants to be here. So for him to know that Tyler Stevenson is the guy day in, day out and be able to come in and do what he's been able to do has been a lot of fun to watch. But I think you bring up a great point. This thing started to turn around when Matt McClain got hot. There's just something about having a guy in your lineup who figures it out, right? Like to watch him go through the processes and the struggles. Get moved down to 9th in the batting order, which I think was a really good idea because it kind of took that pressure off of being in the 2-hole, because in the 2-hole there's a lot of things to set up and a lot of things that you have to do. And I think it's helped him. Being down that 9-hole helped him see way more pitches than he normally would in a 2-hole spot. So I think that's part of it, and getting a rhythm and him turning it around and doing the things that he's been able to do has been a huge difference for this whole lineup. I mean, it's literally, you needed another guy to come in and be able to knock in runs and get on base and do those things, and he's actually been able to do that. So it's been a lot of fun to watch him do it, and it's been a lot of fun to watch him just grind it out through that process. Dude, it's got to be hard when you're batting 156 and you're a better player. And you've got to grind it out. And it's really cool to see him not just give up on himself. It was really cool to see Tito not give up on him. He moved him down the lineup. He didn't take him out of the lineup. He didn't bench him. He didn't do it. Like he gave him an opportunity to work through it, and that was the cool thing to see, with him being a all-star caliber player. It was really cool to see him work through that and become what he is right now, which is one of the hottest hitters in baseball.
No doubt. I think there is a lot of pressure on you in the 2-hole when you're slumping, especially because I have Ellie De La Cruz behind me that I'm trying to set up for, and 30% of the time, because he's hitting his batting average is about a 300. His on base is almost 400. So 40% of the time, the guy in front of me has gotten on base. So I have to not hit into a double play. I have to try and set up for the guy behind me. There is a lot of pressure in that 2-hole. So I like you said, moving him down to the 8 spot, the 9 spot, figure it out, figure your plate approach out, especially after a brutal injury, missing an entire season of baseball. I think that really did a number on him. And so to be able to get that confidence back, get everything back together, I think that's really going to help this team in general. But it's going to be so nice to just automatically pencil in the first 4 spots as TJ Friedel, Matt McClain, Ellie De La Cruz, Austin Hayes if he ever gets off the IL, but
if he ever gets healthy,
whoever you want.
Right. Yeah, and I know we've definitely mentioned that before, how important consistency is in a baseball lineup, because, you look at all the good teams that are playing good baseball, they have a consistent lineup and they can pencil guys in every day outside of the occasional rest and things like that. But you're able to pencil guys in and be able to do different things every day. And that's the thing that makes teams good, is when you can get that consistency. So it's nice to be able to see us getting to that point. Now we've still got guys coming off the IL. We still got guys that need to come back, like your Austin Hayeses, your Noelvi Martes. Those guys like that need to come back and be able to give us a lift. But it's nice to see that we're trying to get to some consistency.
Yeah, and hey, great segue here, because we can get into some of those guys that we've actually gotten some updates on. Noelvi Marte has begun his rehab assignment. So far, he is 4 for 6 with a home run and his 2 rehab games so far. So far, so good. I mean, obviously, he's out in the Arizona complex. It's not like the most elite of the competition, but it's still good signs that he's able to kind of do this kind of stuff and get through it all. And hopefully we see him kind of get to AAA and maintain that consistency, or maintain that production, so that when he's gets to that major league level, that he's able to just really, really produce.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's definitely good to see him swinging the bat on any level. Making that kind of contact is good. So when you're able to do that on any level, it's a positive. No matter who you're really playing, it's good to see him still kind of be in that groove a little bit. So that's good to see. Hopefully, like you said, hopefully it carries on to AAA, and then when he gets back up here with the big league squad. Yeah,
and I actually didn't have this in my notes. I should have, but Reese Hines is back on this team. They've front office, coaching staff, or whoever has finally seen the light that I'd rather see Rece Hines try to hit a ball to Kentucky than Garrett Hampson trying to stay in the league. So that was the corresponding move. They DFA'd Garrett Hampson. So it'd be fun to watch. Fun to have this kind of power outfielder. We have Hayes, who's been taking BP with the team before games. He's looking good. He's feeling good. They're just watching to see how that kind of recovers, or the recovery time on after BP. So hopefully we get kind of both those guys in this lineup able to really add some thump, really add some right-handed hitting, and kind of balance out really a lot of left-handed hitting, doing a lot of the production in TJ Friedel, Gavin Lux, and Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah. No, it'll definitely be nice to have that. Hopefully soon. On the Rece Hines point, like it makes me really happy that they went ahead and just said, let's give this guy a shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'd much rather have him get an opportunity than like you said, waste a spot on somebody that's trying to stay in the league. You know? The Reds are my last hope, baby. The Reds are my last hope. Like no, man. Like we got a guy down there, Rece Hines. I think, you know what I mean? Like you said, I would much rather see him try to hit moonshots every day than see some guy trying to stay in the league, just trying to hold on to a spot. So that's cool. I think that's definitely a good move for the Reds franchise. I like that. Also, too, in talking about the lineup and needing the bats, man, we forget how many guys we still have on the IL. I think we just forget, man. Like Noelvi Marte, you know what I mean? Austin Hayes are two big pieces that are missing in this lineup still. So hopefully they get back as soon as possible, because they are two big bats.
Well, we're getting somebody back on Monday.
Oh yeah,
Javier Candelario is coming back with the team on Monday. I don't know what the corresponding move will be in that instance. The good news is that he's hitting 100 points higher in AAA and in his rehab kind of stint that he did in the major league team. That batting average is still 211. That's how bad he was.
I can say it's still dog water. It's still dog water. No matter 100 points better for him is 200. Like that's still trash. Hey, listen, I gotta give you credit. You really put a positive spin on that. That's a good job.
I was trying. It's my hardest, man. Yeah. So, I mean, he's coming back on Monday. Let's see what the corresponding move is. They might use somebody with options like Spencer Steer or somebody, or Phantom IL stint for somebody. We'll see what the corresponding move will be. But, hey, if he can come help this team, great. But I don't want a guy that's not helping this team taking hacks from a Rece Hines or somebody that will help his team.
Yep. Yeah. No, I agree. I guess I was kind of over the Jeimer Candelario experiment, I guess. Like I was kind of past it, but you know, if he can come in and give us some quality at bats and drive in some runs, then I'm all for it. If he's going to come up here and hit the interstate, then I'm not. We got to find something. We got to make another plan. We got to abandon ship. So, but hopefully they make a smart move. Hopefully somebody has an IL stand or something, or whatever the case may be. But hopefully it's
if I had to guess, I would say CES goes back down.
Yeah, that would be my guess. But what do you do if he still sucks? like you move CES down, which is fine. I mean, you can do that, but like if Candelario comes up here and he's just dog water, like you're making a move. I mean, you're making a move that's not going to benefit you, but I guess you got to try it. I guess you're paying him all that money, so I guess you got to try.
That's the thing. It's the money piece. If he wouldn't have that contract, they would release him. But
that's a
with
lot.
that contract and that production, he's not even tradable at this point.
No,
you have to release him.
Yeah, he's not. He is definitely not trade bait. So I mean, I don't know what the plan will be once he, if he doesn't figure it out.
Yeah, but on the other side of the ball, we are getting some reinforcements, and the Reds are calling up their number one prospect, Chase Burns, to start on Tuesday.
Man, that was fast.
That is incredible that he is drafted last year or this year, whatever it was, and has already worked his way through.
Yeah. I know we talked about it. And I know when we talked about it, we're like, man, if he has to come up, then things aren't going well, because that means you're really, really searching for somebody. But I'll say this. We said that not knowing how good he would be in Double-A and Triple-A, because he's been lights out. I mean, he's been really, really good. He was really good in Double-A. And in I think he had one start in Triple-A, one or maybe two.
Two starts, I think.
He had 2 starts, and he was really good there. So, I mean, I get it. I mean, I definitely get it. I just hope that, I hope they're not rushing it. I hope they're not jumping the gun, getting him up here as fast as they have. Just like with Chase Petty, man. Like I don't want him to have a bad experience, and then that's all that's going on. You know what I mean? Like then it's like, if he comes in and gets shelled. But history tells us with what he's on the track he's been on, that's not the case. So, and on top of that, you're facing maybe the best lineup in the major leagues with the Yankees. So here you go, kid.
Yeah, they're not doing favors.
Listen, let's go out and let it fly, baby. Hey, you want a shot at the champ? Let's go. Listen.
They are not doing him favors because they're bringing him in to start against the Yankees, who are the Bronx Bombers. Everybody on that lineup can hit 30 home runs a year. Yes. But it's not in New York. It's in Great American Ballpark. So they are doing him no favors in that regard. So I hope he can come up and
in the Great American. Oh my gosh, bro.
I hope he can come up and do what he's been doing. Just like you said, his track record precedes himself. So much so that I had found this interesting over on X. Who would you say would have a better minor league stint between Chase Burns and Paul Skeens?
Ooh. Well, if I had to guess, I mean, if I was just going off stats, I would say Skeens, but I would assume Chase Burns is probably up there.
I'm going to zoom in here. So these are kind of the minor league stats between the two. 13 games for Burns, 12 games for Skeens. Burns had a better ERA, a higher strikeout rate. More innings pitched and kind of relatively same on the walks. But look, this is what we all heard, is that the Reds have their version of Paul Skeens in Chase Burns.
Yeah.
If he can do that and be that, look out.
Bro. Yeah. If he can remotely give us what Paul Skeens has, and you pair him with Abbott and you get a healthy Hunter Green back here, hopefully after the All-Star break, dude, yeah, you're setting yourself up for a lot of success. Because that's 3 guys in your rotation that have been darn near unhittable. I mean, even with Lodolo looked good his last start. He wasn't, it wasn't terrible. So I mean, that's 4 pretty decent starters you have going in. Hopefully Singer figures it out. He's been up and down. I'm hoping that he gets a little bit more consistent, but that's 4 pretty good young guns, dude, that you've got there that are pretty incredible. With Hunter Green, who's all-star quality, Andrew Abbott, who's been all-star quality, and Lodolo, who has stuff to be all-star quality when he's not pitching at Great American.
When he's not, the little caveat there. When he's not pitching in his home ballpark.
If he can pitch anywhere else, we're good.
and friend of the show, Tim is in the comments. You still have Rhett Lauder out.
Oh, Rhett Lauder too. Yeah. Yep.
We still haven't really gotten an update on. Hopefully, some progress towards something soon. But
that's the most Reds thing ever. Like, why would they not update us on what's going on with that guy? Like, are you going to say something, or are we just going to be in limbo? Or,
dude, it's no progress of nothing since spring training. He got hurt in spring training. It's almost July.
Yeah, nothing.
But I think part of the reason that they are bringing Chase Burns up, rightfully so, he deserves it. He is not having any competition down there in the minor leagues. But part of it is kind of the injuries that we've been accumulating over the rotation. And, the latest news is Wade Miley with a flexor strain. Jim Day kind of put it the best, 38 years old.
Yep.
Obviously out for the year, but this is likely a career-ending injury.
Yeah.
Wade Miley.
Yeah, which I hate to see anybody go out that way because, I mean, it's, that's what you do, and it's baseball, and that's his career. So I hate to see him go out like that, but, I think the Wade Miley thing was a stretch. I mean, we were trying to get a start out of a guy that really probably shouldn't have been. He's another one that you said, like, he probably shouldn't have been in the league. Like, he should have been done. But, he did. I mean, he went out there and gave it his all, and he's just past his prime. I mean, he's not going to really do anything. I'd much rather go ahead and take a guy like Chase Burns, bring him up, let him take his lumps, do what he needs to do, and go from there.
Yeah, and with the Wade injury, we now have Wade, Green, and Lauder who are out all on the shelf.
Yep.
Sure, Wade probably wasn't in this team's plans ever.
Right.
But with those three on the shelf, does our pitching depth now look like an issue? We have production kind of in and out of the lineup, but the pitching depth is now looking thin.
Well, yeah, I mean, think about this. We weren't even thinking about Chase Petty or Chase Burns having to pitch for us this year. Like, we were looking at, we had Hunter Green, we had Andrew Abbott. Now Graham Ashcraft is out too, so Graham Ashcraft is hurt.
Yeah.
We re-signed Nick Martinez. You bring in Singer. You bring back a couple other guys in the bullpen. You got Pagan and Santinelli and all these. Like, that was our thing, is that we had pitching depth, and now we've had guys even in the bullpen with multiple stints on the IL. We have 2, possibly 3 starters that are out, who aren't able to go. We're got more bullpen days, using Suter and guys like that. So it's when we started off the season, we were like, man, we got a lot of depth in the pitching aspect. But now it's like, now we're having to use, the Chase boys and bring guys in and do that stuff. So for what it was a wealth of riches, is now starting to deplete a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Pat Gooch has in here.
Mike
I wonder what Mike Miner's up to.
All right, give him a call. We'll see. But
obscure former Red right there.
Yep. No, yeah, that's the crazy part, is that we started off the season being like, oh yeah, we've got a abundance of riches, and now we're like, oh man, we're trying to fill spots here and there, and this, that, and the third, and it's kind of crazy how it went from one thing to the next, to where we're now trying to bring up guys that start off in Double-A and now is pitching for us on Tuesday against the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, and Kerry puts in here like, well, what a time for Chase to arrive with the Yanks. I mean, like you said, they're not doing him any favors. He's going to have to go out there and earn that win or wear that loss, because, hey, the Reds have momentum. They can't let up right now. I know they just dropped this series to the Cardinals, which is something that we need to address. It's definitely like, how do we start winning games against our division? But
right, yeah, that's got to be. We got to figure that out.
keep the foot on the gas right now. Like, especially you're getting through the roughest part of your season, or second roughest part of your season, I would say. And hey, I mean, if we look ahead into July, like if you can make it to July above 500, you're looking pretty good, because the schedule in July is, I had it pulled up and then I pulled it down for a sec.
Mm-hmm.
You start off against Boston, who are kind of don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Series against the Phillies, Miami, Colorado. Then you take the All-Star break. The Mets, who have been slipping lately. The Nats, the Rays. Then you have a series against when the Dodgers come in town. And then the Braves, who are hopefully out of it. So you have a very, very favorable in July that you can make up a lot of ground. But you got to keep your foot on the gas.
Yeah. No, that's the biggest thing, man. We got to get guys healthy, and we got to stay aggressive. I'm hoping that some of the reports that the Reds will be buyers at the trade deadline, I'm hoping that that's true. I think we mentioned that every pod, is that we're 1 or 2 moves away from really being good, and I hope they don't sit on their hands and not do anything, because this roster, even with the injuries and the things that are going on, this roster can win baseball games. We can be in a wild card spot. We just need a couple moves here or there in order to be able to put us over the top to where we can compete with those other guys. So hopefully we don't stand pat and be like, oh, yeah, well, we're good. We got all the guys we need once they come back from the IL, which is true. I mean, we do need some guys to come back from the IL, but, man, we need a couple more. We need one more. We need a left-handed freaking reliever, and we need one more power bat. Those are the 2 things we need. And hopefully that power bat plays in the outfield. So, and I like I said, I love Ellie. Ellie's has been incredible, but I don't think that we can win games if Ellie is our power guy. I agree. It just can't be that way. We're getting power from Ellie because Ellie's just a great freaking player. Like that's what Ellie does. Ellie's going to give you 25 to 30 home runs, but that's just because he's a great player. But he can't be your power supply guy. You got to have somebody in that lineup behind him that's going to be able to hit dingers as well.
Hey, I mean, Mr. Juan puts in here, bring back the Cuban Missile.
I would like that. I would take that all day.
Okay with that. Boston doesn't seem to know what they're doing this year, so
yeah, go get that guy.
Hey, I would be quite all right, but bringing on Aroldis Chapman back into this team. I think that's a playoff dude for sure.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. And on top of that, like you said, he's a guy that can go and get outs still at the age of 37. His fastball still touching 103. He still ain't scared of nobody. As a claim, like I think he almost got in a dust up the other day with somebody. Like he still ain't scared, even though his team's not great. He still ain't scared. He ain't intimidated by nobody. And he's going to throw gas and he's going to throw strikes and get guys out. So yeah, I would love for them to go get him. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think it's a great move.
Yeah, that would be huge.
And to like put the narrative back on like winning games against your division, the Reds are 11-15 against the AL and NL Central. Only 3 of those losses are the AL Central. Wow. Or 4 of those losses, because they did play Kansas City. So 4 of their 15 losses in the Central are to the AL. The other 11 are the teams in your division.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's just insane. I don't even know how to explain that. Like, because I don't think those teams are particularly just that much better than us. I don't know what it is. Like, there's no, like, if you're like, man, like if we're in the division with the Yankees, you're like, yeah, Yankees are clearly better than we are. Like that's no doubt about it. You know what I mean? So it's like, but that's not the case. Like we're comparable roster wise to a lot of the guys in the Central, and we just I don't know. Always feel like it comes down to the bottom of the 8th, and we give up a run, or we have a reliever blow up, or we're on a rest day, or like it's just I don't know. It's just weird. That's a weird, crazy stat.
I mean, if you just go 500 against your division, that's the difference between you and right now Milwaukee, who as of
Mm-hmm.
this are in that last wild card spot.
Yep.
And I mean, that's a 3-game difference between us and Milwaukee. That's easily obtainable if you can beat the teams in your division.
Yep. No doubt about it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's kind of the same thing rings true in any sport. Like you have to be able to beat the guys that you have to beat in order to get to the playoffs. Like you gotta be able to figure that out. You can't keep falling short of those guys and not being able to win those games. Like we talked about the St. Louis game, like that's a game. That second game is a game when we're playing as well as we are. That's a game we have to have. Like not saying that it's not saying that it's going to make or break our season, but like you're up 5-2 in the bottom of the eighth. Like that's a game you have to have.
Yeah.
That's a game you have to have. So I don't know. Hopefully we get it figured out.
Yeah, Kerry puts in here. I mean, we could just sweep the Yankees and Padres like we did last year.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you sweep the Padres, that helps you tremendously.
Yep.
In not only making up room, but knocking them down in the wild card race.
Yeah, I was going to say they're the team we're chasing in the wild card, right?
Well, they're half game out now. Milwaukee
jumped them, didn't they? Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Because as of right now, the wild card is the Phillies, the Giants, and Mets, actually, because they've been knocked out of the lead. Yeah. So then you have the Mets, Phillies, Giants, and Brewers all in that cluster there of. Mets and Phillies are tied. Okay, so either one of the Mets or Phillies, San Francisco and Milwaukee have the last wildcard spots.
Yeah, so we're right there. Just gotta win some games. Gotta win some games here, June, July for sure.
Yeah, July is where you could really, really just foot to the gas. I mean, sweep Miami, sweep the Nationals, sweep Colorado. That right there is 9 easy games to easy win games. So, get those games in and win. That's so much more momentum to go into August, where you play the Cubs, the Brewers, the Cardinals, the Pirates, the Dodgers.
Yep. No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The schedule is set up for us to be able to make a little run. So hopefully we're able to do that. Hopefully. We also got to make a move though, man. Like we got to make a move to help ourselves.
No doubt. And you brought up that Ken Rosenthal put out there that the Reds are, a team to be reckoned with here in the deadline, that they are itching to make a move. And I hope that's true. I hope that they follow through with it. I hope that they don't kind of do what they always do, where they just get so nervous about, I don't want to look like a fool about this, and then they sit on their hands and just be paralyzed by indecisiveness.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing that bothers me, I think, probably more than anything. As a fan of any sport, like when your team has an opportunity to win, you got to take advantage of it. And the trade deadline is a big part of that, especially when you see other teams that are on the cusp of making the playoffs make moves, and they're trying to better their team, and then your team sits still. It really shows your fan base that you're not trying to win. And that's the hard part of all this, is that I think that the fan base is ready for it. I think the players are ready for it. I'm hoping that Tito has a say in, okay, this is what we need. These are the things that we're lacking. These are the pieces that we need. Let's sit down and figure something out and bring somebody in. Because I do think he, with his knowledge and ability to be able to construct a team that is able to win World Series, I'm hoping that he's able to sit down with them and be like, okay, This is what we need. We have a superstar. We have a dynamic infield, middle infield. We have a leadoff hitter that's playing well. You will have a guy that should compete for the Cy Young and Hunter Green. Of course, he's hurt, but you got that guy. You got a second guy in Abbott if he stays consistent. Who knows what Chase Burns will be? Nick Lodolo. So you got pieces. So I'm hoping that they're like, man, we've got pieces to win. Let's add a couple pieces and see where we're at, and hopefully they make those moves. It's just the frustrating thing is that I think I said this before. We've seen this story before, where where we've been right there on the cusp and we've tried to make a run at something, and instead of just going ahead and pushing for it, we're so afraid to fail. Like you said, we're so afraid to fail that we just don't do anything. So then it's like, we got a roster, but we got these guys, and we're just going to wait for our guys to get healthy and better and do this. That's fine, but you've got to make a move. While other teams are moving, we're standing still, and that's not acceptable. And it's probably not acceptable. I would assume it's not acceptable to Tito, and I'm assuming it's not going to be acceptable to a guy like Ellie when his contract's coming up, and he's like, you guys aren't making moves. You guys aren't making us better. I want to go someplace that's where they want to win freaking baseball games.
Yeah, and I think it's not even just the moves that they have to make. They have to make baseball winning moves. Like, don't make moves for moves' sake. Don't take a flyer on a guy. Don't do bargain bin moves. Like, do like what the Cubs did when they traded for Kyle Tucker. They knew they were getting a consistent, perennial all-star guy. That is, they paid the price for it. But look how much better their lineup is because they have that guy playing for it. And it's like, love Austin Hayes. He's great when he's on the field. He's proven to be productive for us. But that was a bargain bin flyer type of move. Like, that's a lottery ticket. You hope it works out. I want a lottery ticket. I want checks. I want paper. I want guaranteed to work out.
Yeah. No, you're right, man. Austin Hayes was a guy where we took a flyer on a guy that had potential to be good because we've seen it before. And fortunately for us that he's had that kind of year where he's had that bounce back year. But like you said, we need a guy that's a guarantee. We need a guy that's going to come in and do the job consistently night in and night out. And that's what is, that's where having somebody that wants to win baseball games and a GM that wants to be aggressive, that's where that comes into play. You can't, you can't make a play and you can't do anything with a guy that's going to sit on his hands and be afraid to make moves because it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. So.
I mean, the amount of obscure former Reds are coming into the comments right now because that's the type of moves the Reds make. You got Harrison Bader, Kyle France, Austin Slater. Like, they do these moves all the time.
Yeah.
Archie Bradley.
Gosh.
Michael Givens. Like, we can go on and on and on with these, like, they just try to make these on the fringe moves. Don't go get the guy, whoever the guy is. I don't care if it's Luis Robert or somebody else, or go to Baltimore and get
go get a guy. Cedric Mullins.
Cedric Mullins, thank you. Go get him. Go get whatever they want. I don't give a shit. Sorry. I don't care. I don't care. Go get him. Don't make these fringy moves.
Absolutely. That's the frustrating part about it is that you have the opportunity to win. You need to go make a move that's going to help us win baseball games. That's what we need. That's exactly what we need.
Byron Buxton, perfect. On the wish list.
So who is? Somebody's firing off. Those are all great. Like those are all great ideas. I hope that it falls on Nick Kral's ears that that he needs to make a move that is going to be influential. So
Yes. Don't go get an Asdrubal Cabrera.
oh man, yeah, no, no, that's not the answer. That's definitely.
So with that, I mean, we got the only things we have really upcoming are the All-Star voting. That's still open.
Mm-hmm.
Go vote. Go get those things in because I think TJ Friedel wasn't even in the top 14 of outfielders. Ellie was 4th and does not deserve to be behind the people that he's behind. And then I don't know if Andrew Abbott got in there. The pitching voting is weird, but
yeah, it's weird.
Go vote. Well, go vote for the Reds.
Yeah, especially in a year where you got guys that are deserved. If you call yourself a Reds fan and you don't go and support a guy like TJ Friedel being an all-star, like he's everything that we've asked for a leadoff hitter and center fielder for the last 10 years. Like,
yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Like he gets on base, he hits for average, he's got a little pop, he plays good defense. You know what I mean? He plays for your team. Go support that. Go vote for that guy. He deserves to be an all-star. He does. Andrew Abbott. Like Andrew Abbott coming in this year, there's no way anybody thought, and maybe somebody did, I don't know, somebody smarter than me. But there's no way I thought that Andrew Abbott going into this season is going to be 7-1 with like a 1.76 ERA. Like I never thought in a million years that we'd have Andrew Abbott going on the third day and be like, yeah, that dude's shutting the Cardinals down. Like that's our dude is going to be our stopper. Not saying that that's anything negative towards Andrew Abbott because it's not. He's a good pitcher and he was going to be what a 3-4 guy slot or a 4-5 guy because we were talking about him possibly not even making the rotation. Like he was on that fringe with Nick Martinez and Graham Ashcraft and Abbott. Like he was a fringe guy. And he's come in and just literally been a guy that's been a stopgap while your ace has been hurt. Hunter Green's been down, and Andrew Abbott has been the guy that stepped up and stepped in and been like, man, when we need a win, when we need somebody to come in and shut things down, like he's the guy you want starting wanting to take the ball. And he was like that again today. I mean, he went 7 innings with 3-hit baseball, 1 run. I mean, like he gives you a chance to win every game. He gives you a chance to win every game. So go vote for that guy. And Ellie, of course. I mean, you got to vote for Ellie because I mean, Ellie is just he's our star. Like he's our star. Like let's not be dumb about this. Like get that guy into the All-Star game and go support that guy to get onto the All-Star game because one, he deserves it. I mean, he's been phenomenal, but 2, like he's our star, man. Like that guy deserves to be an All-Star.
No doubt. And I really kind of want them to take the fan voting out of this. I want it to be player voting because the guys that are ahead of, let's just say Ellie right now, the guys that are ahead of them are Trey Turner with the Phillies, Mookie Betts with the Dodgers, Francisco Lindor with the Mets.
Yeah,
large fan bases.
Yeah, it's like the NBA voting. You know what I mean? Like all those years that the guys that were probably better than people not getting in, but the same 5 guys started like every year. It's LeBron, it's KD, it's Kyrie. Not saying those guys aren't great, but it's like there's some guys in there that should have made an all-star team, but the vote didn't help them. So it's like you know, and I can't, like I said, I can't blame those people for voting for their guys, and they do a tremendous job, and they have big fan bases and a bunch of hangers on and things like that. But you know, go vote for our guys, man. They deserve it.
Yeah, they absolutely deserve it. So outside of that, we just have this series of the Yankees coming into town, and you know, hopefully, like Harry said, we're going to get a sweep there, get an off day on Thursday, and then a series against that fringe NL wildcard team, the Padres, and hopefully we can take care of business there to not only help the Reds and get closer to that wild card spot, but like knock another team out of contention in those wild card situations.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. You got to beat guys that are sitting in front of you when you have the opportunity to beat them. So we got an opportunity to beat some guys that are in front of us. We need to go out and do that and play well. So hopefully we do so.
Yeah. So with that, if you guys are planning on going to any games this year, use our code Riverfront and get $20 off of your first purchase through SeatGeek. That's basically the price of tickets. So go to a game on us. Use our code Riverfront. We urge everybody to join our ever-growing family of Cincinnati sports fans and to support the podcast through Patreon, patreon.com/RiverfrontCincy. If you can also give us a like and subscribe on the YouTube channel to catch episodes not only from us and our show, but Seth's show that comes out on Fridays, and Welcome to the Jungle. Just Cincinnati sports content. We all need more of that. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Riverfront Cincy. And please subscribe to us on your audio platform of choice. We're on all of them. And give us a rating review over on iTunes and everywhere else. Be a friend, tell a friend. And hey, reach out to us. Tell us what you want to talk about. We love to hear from you guys. We're just Cincinnati Reds fans talking with other Cincinnati Reds fans. So for that, he's Ben Brown. I'm Skylar Wepker. We're going to get out of here.